all of us are in here musicians and singers, and we've all had our ups and downs, but you've been in the business for, like you said, 58 years, and I'm sure you've had ups and downs. Like, what is your motivation to continue to perform, continue to be in the industry, continue to do what you love?
It's so easy to answer. Love. It's so easy. It's love. If you want to do it, you never know when it can happen. So you have to love it in the soul and in the bone. So because it could take forever, and then it could happen in a moment. You know, you never know. You know, I remember when I was a real little fella, I used to say, let me hurry up and put out a hit record before these old ass groups start calling me, making me an offer that I can't refuse, you know. And I let time and family and, you know, all that stuff catch up with me. And next thing you know, the phone started ringing, and it was the Temptations and the Spinners and OJs and Heat Wave and George Clinton and all types of folks were calling saying, hey, join our group. The Dramatics asked 6-7 times, you know. So I was in Detroit. I grew up knowing David Ruffin since I was a 7-year-old kid. And I met Stevie Wonder at the barbershop. I went and got him a box of vanilla wafers. He and his brother were arguing over who was going to go to the store, because when Stevie would come and get his haircut, he and I went to the same elementary school. And we were in the same neighborhood. He was just a couple of blocks away. I didn't know that. Nevertheless, I saw him and his brother, Milton and Calvin, arguing over some vanilla wafers, who was going to run through the crowd, because everybody's now looking in the window to watch Stevie get his haircut. And so the barber was dusting off my neck. So I said, I'll go get him. And I was just a little fella, 9 years old. So I ran across the street and got him a box of vanilla wafers, brought it back, and the guy gave me $1, and that's how I met Stevie Wonder. And I felt like I never had to buy a Stevie Wonder ticket ever again. So he would come to Detroit, and I would be standing there like, stay. One day, I would always get in, but one day I got in, and his brother said, hey, Steve wants you for a minute. And so I was like, that's different. Steve wants me for a minute. So I walk over to see what Steve wants, and he grabs me by the arm and say, when you gonna let me live down them vanilla wafers? So, you know, it was just like, you know, and then one day we were performing together, and he was on the stage before me, and we were standing side by side, and he was like, look at you now, you know, and he was getting ready to do his thing. It was at Deleon Ward's 45th anniversary. So, you know, he was doing his thing, and after he came off the stage, then we went up and did our thing. And yes, it can happen in a day. It can happen and stop, start again. It can do everything. It can kill you, you know, you know.
Wow.
You know, I mean, well, David's not here anymore, so I know that it can kill you, you know, and Michael's not here anymore, so I know it can kill you. So it can kill you, you know, so you just got to be strong, and you got to just hold on tight, you know, with all your might, and don't let go, you know, believe in yourself all the way to the end, you know, don't stop for no reason. And that's what we do, right, hon? We keep it going. All right, guys, see you later. One more question, go ahead. Hit me up.
So, at least to my observation, it seems like singers like 95 and present, they're not able to maintain their voices as well, but it seems like everyone 95 and before, they can still blow. So why do you think your wisdom of generation can still sing the way that they used to?
Well, alcohol is a very, very interesting consumption. And I know cigarettes are a very interesting consumption. And a lot of the artists, Aretha, so many of them smoked cigarettes. So many of them smoked everything. And the alcohol, to me, is worse than the cigarettes, vocally. To me, you know, the guys that I know in the business that have drinking alcohol for 40 years are a mess. And then Charlie Wilson will blow Bruno Mars straight out of the room, you know, because again, and he smoked everything. But the grace of God is something special too. You know, God's grace and mercy. So that's another thing that'll keep your pipes in order. You know, I'm still singing after all these years. So God's grace and mercy. You know, so it's the grace of God that keeps it going. So just keep God's grace and keep singing. And before you know it, you may be standing doing the national anthem for the Super Bowl one day, or you know, you can go anywhere you want to go. So just keep doing it, and it'll happen. It'll happen. And like I said, we got to hook back up again and do some singing, because you guys are amazing. Amazing.
Thank you, Spike Harold Deleon. Now, Mr. Deleon, Michael E. said don't leave before he gets here. I know you have your coat on like you